Hi,
Greetings, all.
Thank you, Megan. Greetings. Hello there.
Hello. Steve's World, I see that you just joined. Thank you so much. Steve had an excellent stream tonight all about Disney films that are upcoming. And oh my gosh, Steve, I thought for sure you were going to cut your hands on that glass that was broken from the picture from Karen.
I was freaked out about that too.
I was worried about that. I was really concerned.
I'm lost. Myers and the Mouse. Is that Mama Mouse or Daddy Mouse or
Papa Mouse?
Papa Mouse or
yeah,
or Sister Mouse or Daughter Mouse or
okay.
And of course, there's the good old trusty Mike Wheeler. We love you. Samantha Lowe, Steve, Pam fans. You guys are all so great.
Thank you so much for joining.
You guys are so cool.
The Welcome Mat Challenge.
What's that? I missed that one. What was that?
I said the Welcome Mat Challenge.
Oh,
well, let me
the Welcome Mat Challenge. Yes, it is the Welcome Mat.
Okay, let me just get this out. So,
Meg's mom sent me.
Meg's.
Thanks, Patrick. Oh my goodness, what a fun time! Oh gosh, what a week it's been, and it's only Monday.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, how is everyone doing? I hope you're all doing well tonight. I know we're ready for a nice time together with our village. We just love spending all this time with everyone.
Yes, we definitely love it. I'm still. Thank you for all your thoughts and prayers. I'm still dealing with it, but I also got to sit down with a therapist today for 2 hours, and we got to talk. And so I'm very big and adamant of always getting professional help out there.
Blue Nose, thanks for joining.
I'm really feel so much better, and the healing has started the process, and it's going to be a journey. It's not a sprint, and it's not a marathon. It's going to be a long journey, and he gave me some wonderful sage advice. So I do recommend. That's something that I'm not ashamed of. I hear you guys are making fun of me.
No. It has nothing to do with you. It's whatever we're reading in this.
There are dogs chasing me out of the corner of my eye.
Meg said the same thing before Corey did. So I have no idea. Is there something I've missed? Can someone enlighten us?
Yeah, I'm really.
Oh my gosh, Brandy and Dave are too.
Brandy, I am chasing dogs out of the corner of my eye.
Okay, what happened in Florida? Something happened, and I'm left out, and I'm going to start crying if I get left out. I need to know. I hate not knowing. I'm very fragile right now, people.
Oh my gosh.
Don't play these games. I
don't know. I'm seeing so many. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
LSU Mom, thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. Amy, thank you.
Yeah.
Keystone, great to have you here. Thank you so much.
So, yeah.
So let's go ahead and officially.
Clouds on Speedboats, yeah.
I'm Arnie.
And I'm Doug.
I'm Ben.
We are Pepper Tree Villa. This is PTV Live. So good to have everyone here.
Yeah, it's wonderful. So everybody's doing their pleasantries. You guys are all great.
Corey's right. What hasn't happened in Florida?
Oh, I know. It's kind of, this is one of those things. What happened in Florida is not staying in Florida.
Dame Dystopia, thank you for joining.
No, it's like
the fun thing about Florida is that there's some of the weirdest headlines in the news that come out of them.
It's true. It is true. Okay, please hug. Please, Doug. Oh, Doug.
Here's a hug for everyone. I know.
Mike, where are the dogs chasing me out of the corner of my eye? I can't see them.
Okay, Mike, you're horrible.
That's awesome, Mike.
That is so, yeah.
The real Brooklyn, thank you for joining.
Yes.
Appreciate you being here. Oh, my goodness.
So, yeah.
Mouse Talk. Walt, thank you for joining.
Yeah,
it's great to have you here. Oh, my goodness. Everyone, all the pictures, the videos, everything that we saw coming out of Florida.
The videos.
Absolutely amazing.
It's like, like I said, what happened in Florida is not staying in Florida, because the videos, the Facebooking, the Twittering, the Instagramming has just been like, okay, there's a lot of people that had a lot of fun. And I know it was on different coasts, and we all can't do it at the same time, but I'm glad that it did.
Okay, now I get it. I get it now.
What?
Okay. I'm just getting a message here saying that Meg said to say dogs are chasing out of the corner of your eye. So Keep Thank you, Meg.
Thanks, Meg.
Oh, okay.
Meg, you're wonderful. We're gonna have to come up with something really good to spend to you or to send to you.
Instagram. Thank you, Patrick.
Derek and Greg.
Hey, D&G of course joined too. So hello.
We love those guys.
Oh my goodness.
They're my bros.
Oh, yeah, there was so much happening on social media. I mean, I saw things on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. I mean, there was just information coming from everywhere. It was amazing.
He was feeding it to me because I couldn't deal with it because I had my things.
He had a lot going on.
We all had a lot going on, but compared to what was happening, and then on top of you layer this very traumatic hurricane that was supposed to happen in so many ways. So between hurricanes and death and all this other happiness, it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, it was
crazy. It's been a crazy couple weeks.
It's been a really cool week.
Oh my goodness.
I will say this though, with the amount of stuff that was coming out of Florida from everybody on social media, it's kind of weird to see kind of a doldrum kind of like settle in, because everybody who's anybody in our community was either in Florida for the opening of Galaxy's Edge or in California for D23. And now all of a sudden it's kind of really quiet.
Yeah,
it's true. It's the afterglow that people are still processing it. You're going to see videos, but it's all been done. We all can talk about it because we all seen Star Wars. We all been there. We all done this. We have all done that. So it's like we could start talking, and it's all about thank you, Pam's fan. As long as you know, as long as you know, Doug, our thoughts are always with you. And Cindy, first, thank you. I've really physically helped it. It's one day I'll have one level of that I feel so much better, but then like a new thing came up and I had to assess it. So
look at what Steve said just above that.
And Steve, right
above Pam's, right there. There it is. I have not yet begun. I have not even begun to look at my content yet.
You know what? I appreciate that because I know how overwhelming it can be when you get home and you've got all this content and you've got everyone else already releasing theirs and you don't know really how you want to spin yours. So, Steve, take your time, release it in a few weeks. That way we can relive everything and keep the feeling going. So have at it. Enjoy it and put it together the way you want to have it seen.
Look, everyone's sending
the hearts. Oh, spectacular.
Oh,
thank you. Thank you
hand
so much.
Hand the pearls.
Doug, if you're going to be touching your own pearls, you better put your white gloves on.
Oh, yeah. I need pearls.
Hey, Shep.
Yeah, Shep. God, seeing him was great. Like I said, we all seen each other now.
Man, I'll tell you, one of the best experiences during that trip. I mean, we saw Jim of More Sunshine, Please.
Oh, my God.
We saw
Dave.
Matthew and Lauren vlogs. I mean, that was amazing.
Bob and
Ashley. Oh,
Chris. We saw
Watso Video, Isaac.
Yeah, Watso Videos. That one was a wild one. I couldn't believe that one.
I mean, it was like anybody who's the who's who was either in Florida or Disneyland first and then Florida a little bit later. That week was like the airlines, the parks were.
Yeah.
It was wild, I'll tell you. But waiting there at Space Mountain and then coming out, and here come Corey and Shep. And I thought, oh my gosh, okay.
They're the same as
my day is complete.
Well, you could tell that Corey had been on Space Mountain because his hair wasn't doing anything. Apparently, it just blew out of place on the ride.
No, he has Lego hair. Like I said, it snaps on. No, it was just great to see everybody. It was a whirlwind, and even dealing with so much that, you have to live your life, but, you just have to move on. But
Nikki Sightings is joined. Oh, let's see. We are in the same boat as Steve. Also, major overdrive for our cruise coming up.
Oh, you guys have.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I was just thinking about you guys you guys have that. And I'm dealing with also the end of the month. I have my celebration for life. So this month has just been crazy.
I like Kay's. I like that one.
Lego hair, yeah.
Lego hair.
It's Lego hair. I mean, it's like a helmet, caps on. It's like perfect hair.
Yep.
Perfect hair, stupid hair.
Mickey Sightings, yes. Good to see you here.
Oh, you guys are so cool. So, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, should we get started with the topic that we promised we'd be discussing?
I was going to talk about tater tots.
Yeah,
Go ahead. Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about dinner. I mentioned it in Meg's stream very quickly. I have 2 words: Trader Joe's. Oh my goodness, Trader Joe's.
Tater tots are really good. We had leftovers that their niece
Megan.
made chili Colorado from scratch. It's something a lot of the family members like.
So good.
Every day was a few all-day production. We had dinner. I was invited over. I didn't want to leave the house, but I drug myself out.
Hey, Texas Rider.
And we did go to the family house. She had the chili Colorado. We took all the leftovers.
Steve, I've heard of Trader Sam's. Is that his brother?
Oh, God. Joe and Sam are not related.
Although they could be.
They do have alcohol.
Because Mickey's Magic is right. Trader Joe's is life.
Oh my
it
gosh.
really is.
It's the best place ever.
Oh, I have a friend back east that works at Trader Joe's, and he is always telling me about new products that are coming out. He just told me about this dip that they have the everything bagel spices in. It's an everything bagel spice dip. So now I've got to go try that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We got this. I'm supposed to experiment. Yeah, we also got some good news. Always bad news comes good news.
Corey had to step away. Glad to see that chat about my hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, Corey.
Man.
But Corey and Shep, it was great meeting you.
It was
that
everybody.
night.
Was
Thank
so
you
cool.
so much. It was a wild week from that point on. It was just unbelievable. But we're getting through it.
We are moving on. And
So anyway, Trader
okay.
Joe's, that was part of our dinner, so we were able to have a wonderful
Mickey sightings.
experience
Thank you
with that.
guys. We need to talk to you guys afterwards. Can you guys go?
Yeah, I'll be I mentioned to Doug, I need to private message you on Mickey sightings. We'll talk a little later. But thank you. And Blunos, thank you for joining tonight. Really appreciate you being here.
Everything in Trader Joe's is incredible. And the great thing about it, if you're oscillating over, is this good? I don't know. Trader Joe's. If it's not something that needs to be prepped, Lego-wise, we're seeing Lego Dog 2. Oh, God. I'm so left out and sad. I'm just going to go sit in that corner over there.
That's hilarious.
Hilarious.
Okay,
There was
so let's continue with Trader Joe's.
Well, there was this birthday cake candy bar, and it said, tastes like birthday cake. And I was just talking out loud, like I always do. And the cashier grabs it right in front of her thing and just starts opening it up in here. Try it. That's what Trader Joe's does. If you want anything in the store, from opening up to know what a bag of chips is, or if a type of cookie, take it over. They will try it. No questions asked to try it, to try the product.
Yeah.
We do it all the time. If I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to like this. I don't know if I want to spend the money. I don't know if you just take it in, say, I want to try this. They open it, and we eat it right there. So can we ever see the Mickey room? Yes.
Rachel, you know what? We'll be doing a video that features the Mickey room.
We'll go live in it.
Yeah, we will be going live in it, but that's once we're starting to decorate for the Christmas tree.
For those of you who are interested, just over Arnie's shoulder, just over his left shoulder, our right shoulder to him, if you look at that one door that's kind of cracked open right there where he's pointing, that's the entrance to the Mickey room. I've stayed in it myself many times.
That's the Mickey room.
I walked in there today. It is magical. I mean,
that is where Shep and Steve say they're going to spend time and then not leave until everything is off the walls and in the trunks of their.
Oh my
cars,
God! It's floor to ceiling artwork. Furniture matches, bedding matches, everything matches to theme.
Brandy and Dave.
Good night, Brandy and Dave. Thank you for
Good
joining.
night. Yeah. They're like,
yes, we will be doing a Mickey room tour. That will come when we're decorating for Christmas, which reminds me, in one of the streams earlier, I think it was during Meg's stream, Walt of Mouse Talk was talking about Hallmark movies and that the Hallmark channel is about to start their countdown to Christmas. It's coming up soon. Countdown to Christmas at PTV starts this Saturday.
It does.
So we're actually going to start Christmas updates. We are actually going to be starting to fluff Christmas trees and stringing lights.
Then I will completely be honest with you. I said to him this morning, I said, this is odd for me. Usually, I'm kind of, with else going on, I'm actually really looking forward. And what's really haunted me is that one tree we found. I'm obsessing over it.
That's one thing I wanted to bring up. There are two things I wanted to bring up.
40 hours, I'm freaking obsessing over that stupid tree.
Okay. first of all, Trader Trader Sam's is the tiki bar at the Disneyland Resort and in Florida. Trader Joe's is the store that sells all the delicious foods.
Yeah. They didn't have any of their pumpkin spice stuff out when we went last night. But
well, it's still technically it's still a little early. We're still in summer technically.
I had my pumpkin spice frosted mini wheats this morning that I mixed it with regular mini wheats, and then I had pumpkin spice coffee with the coffee creamer from International Delight.
Corey, no. The Christmas countdown starts on Thanksgiving Day. Corey, I wish we could start on Thanksgiving Day, but we have a Christmas forest to decorate.
It's starting September 14th.
Yeah, when you set up as many trees as we do, because it's more than just the villa that gets decorated. My niece Megan's place gets decorated, my house gets decorated, the villa gets decorated, and we have our respective trees in our workplaces that get decorated as well.
Yeah.
So
we have family issues that we have to deal with going to each other's families.
Yeah.
So on top of it, just because we have all this, we have whatever family shenanigans that we have to do.
Yeah.
So it's not that this is important. It's just we have to equally balance ourselves, and one can't take over the other. But it's a lot.
Shep's a Lego boy in a Lego world made in plastic. It's fantastic. He can brush Corey's hair, and we're just that everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Megan,
you are
awesome.
I'm wondering how much.
is Meg related to Dr. Seuss?
Did you guys watch her video? Well, obviously everybody did. She talked
It's
so
a plastic
much.
It's like, living in Barbie's world.
Megan never breathed she talked in one giant breath for 1 hour.
Well,
dinner, and Megan. I want to get you very correct. You were talking. I'm like, is she gonna breathe?
Shep's a Lego boy
In the Lego world made of plastic.
It's fantastic.
Oh wow. Go to any dance club, you'll know what we're talking about.
Oh my goodness, we haven't even gotten to our topic yet.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Corey, I'm sure you guys had the pillow fights and you guys were doing each other's nails. Because he didn't have the hair to do it. Oh my god.
Okay, you guys are doing that. Meanwhile, Arnie and Doug would be installing a ceiling fan.
Let's see. I see Was Blind has joined the chat.
Expedition
Expedition Greg has joined as well. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. So,
Okay, so let me say my couple of things, then we can move on to tonight's topic. First of all, my niece Megan, Arnie's niece Megan, I guess by proxy, Doug's niece Megan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Megan has officially announced that she is pregnant, and we found out today that she is having a little girl.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Yeah, that'll go really well. Well, they didn't want to tell anyone in the family until they actually told Alex after he finished school today.
The little 6-year-old, their little 6-year-old little boy.
And when Alex found out that he was having a baby sister, he didn't take the news all that well.
Oh, really?
Really?
Apparently, he was looking forward to a little brother.
Oh! When I talked to Megan, he said that he was okay with it.
He probably eventually snapped out of it. The initial shock. I think he was shocked.
Meg, no.
No, another
wrong,
Meg.
Wrong Meg.
Another
Wrong
Megan.
Meg.
No, not Mickey's Magic Meg. Or Sally Meg.
Actually, our Megan is not in the stream tonight.
Yeah, the Megan we're talking about is the one that helped me cook the macaroni and cheese in one of my vlogs a while back. Then Doug referenced a tree. My house is a split level home in Oakland, and we have a crawl space that goes under the house, which allows us for a certain amount of storage. And in the basement for years, we've kept Christmas trees that we put up in the house. Well, I told Arnie and Doug that we had several trees that we hadn't been using for several years, and we might want to try and option them into the Villas Forest just to shake things up a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to year I want a little something new.
Yeah. Well, as it turns out, one of the trees that I pulled out was one that was purchased anywhere from 12 to 14 years ago and had never been opened. We don't know how that happened, but you know how things can get lost. But it's a tree that is 7 feet tall and made us all excited when we opened it up, because it's one of those trees where it has the separate branches. Now you get trees, they're either pre-lit or they have hinges with all the branches attached. They're kind of difficult to manipulate. The way we like to decorate a tree is by starting at the top with the lights and stringing one light branch or one branch at a time with the lights. And when you have the individual branches that go into the slots on the pole, it's much easier to light the tree that way. So when this tree appeared in front of us, we came unglued.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I saw a Hook Construction Christmas tree in the store. You can't find them anymore.
They started going away in the mid-hot decades. By the Great Recession, they were all gone.
Steve is 7 feet tall. I can't believe how much taller Steve is than everyone else.
Really? Steve World is that
Oh
tall?
my gosh.
He's not 7 feet tall, but he's tall.
No, he's 6'12".
Yeah, that's what I said.
Hi, Juan. I want to reach out to you. I need to talk to you. I saw something. So
yeah. We have to line up all the branches to the color for each row. That's the one, Mike.
Yeah.
You line them up. They're all color-coded, and you put the right color on the right. He's 6'3".
Breaking news: Steve is officially 6'3".
Right now?
Wow.
Is that going to change?
No, Meg rounded it up. He is 6'11" and a half.
But in YouTube, he doesn't look that tall. I didn't know he was.
Well, not on camera because he's sitting down. I'm sitting down too. I could be 8'3", but I'm 5'5".
Yeah.
I thought, I mean, you just look at him. I didn't.
The poo behind me is practically as tall as I am.
I'm about
Me too.
5'9", 5'10". I mean, I feel like I'm pretty typical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shep was a little taller than
You know,
I
the
am.
thing is, Doug, there's nothing typical about you.
No, I'm definitely atypical.
Casey's asking a question. Do you guys do 100 lights for every foot of tree? That is a very good question, Stacey. We'll be covering that again also when we're decorating the tree. I like to light the tree so that I see lights throughout, not just the surface of the tree, but inside the tree as well. So for that, 100 lights will not do.
No.
In other words, Arnie likes to light a tree that you can see from space.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the Mickey tree that rotates in the living room, that's a typical 7-8 foot tree, and it's very conical, so it's very girthy.
Yeah.
That has 2,000.
Yeah,
lights.
anywhere. It depends on how I string it. It can be anywhere between 1,500 and 2,000 lights.
Yeah,
It just depends on the year.
and I'm looking at we have a 6-foot tree, the crystal tree, and we were going to buy new trees, and it come to be.
Thanks, Casey.
We only need like 600-700 lights on it, and they looked at me, and I think we almost pushed 1,100 lights on that. I'm like, okay, so we're going to be talking about Christmas.
Let's get to our topic tonight.
We are going to talk about. I thought we were going to talk about Christmas, but you said no.
No,
It's too early.
it's too early. Okay,
No.
A view from space. Yes, that's so us. Mickey sighting says.
So yeah, Christmas is our bailiwick.
So anyway, okay, we're
Um,
talking Disney animation here. We
really,
went
Steve
through
has me- yeah.
we went through a list of films, and we decided which ones we pretty much like, or would actually pick up and watch, more than the others. And then we also have a list of films that we're not so fond of. So Ben, do you want to go ahead and start with the
One last one.
Oh.
What happens when a light burns out and the light's strand during the season? I die because we can't fix it. Sometimes the string goes bad and all we have is this area of black. I choke it down or we don't rotate it. We try to rotate the tree. But most of the time all the lights, but we've had a tree where we have a gap of dead bulbs, or the trees is sad. And I wish I can go in there, but there's no way to fix it. Usually we can't find the light, and once it gets done, the string gets thrown away.
So
And
Blue Nose 352 says, I think Dev was looking down on top of everyone's at Galaxy's Edge opening. He's pretty tall. Yes, Prince Charming Dev is very tall. He's very tall.
yeah.
Any Halloween decorations? Actually, Amy, no, we
No.
don't. Not really have Halloween decorations, and that's just because
we put fall
we're
bric-a-brac.
we've got some fall up, but Christmas starts so early here because it takes so long to decorate that we just don't have time for Halloween decorations.
Yeah, our light, if one
So-
goes out, the rest stays. That's actually true, but we had literally a string die.
Yeah, we did.
Like, it
So-
died. There was no saving it. Okay. So, again, I'm glad you guys like all these questions. Please keep it because we're going to need it.
We will discuss Christmas.
Oh my
coming
gosh.
up. We really
So,
will.
I know you guys, I love it. But we'll keep it
Okay.
going.
So
Though.
Ben, go ahead and start with your first film on your list. The
That
first
means
film
a
that
lot.
you like.
I'll go from 5 to 1. So
Okay.
we'll just start that way. Number 5 on my list is 101 Dalmatians.
Okay.
It's the first film that used the xerography kind of process to allow for the copying of the ease of copying of spots on multiple characters on the cells, because I mean they were still doing hand painted drawing for all those films, but it really allowed them to do the Dalmatian spots effectively while still creating a different look that they had never really had before in their animation style.
True.
But it's a solid story. I mean, Cruella de Vil's a really good villain.
Yeah, Gregory said the same thing.
It is actually a very good movie.
Yeah, but that's my number 5 pick.
101 Dalmatians is also on my list. So let's go ahead. One thing that I like is the fact that the story actually, even though that story was done in the early 60s, it holds up. I mean, come on. It has inspired so many different knockoffs, sequels and things like that.
Yeah.
Not knockoffs, but the sequels. And live action with Glenn Close, it was okay. It was not the cartoon.
It was,
I loved the cartoon. The cartoon's just amazing. And Cruella was just inspired in that movie.
But the live action did allow you to have the 101 Dalmatian toys that you got from McDonald's, so you can have a tree.
That's
yeah,
true.
That,
That is true.
we have
That's very
that
true.
theme.
And
So-
everyone will learn about that later on when we start putting the trees together.
But you know, we would have a theme to that for some reason if we didn't have the Dalmatians, because
Yeah,
I have
that's true.
themings coming out of you know what.
Okay, so
my 5, or I was gonna say no particular order, but I would have to say is Lady and the Tramp, because it was just so good.
put
You
all
get-
101 Dalmatians together and you've got an ink blob situation.
Yeah. What do you see with all these dots? Mine is Lady and the Tramp. I like Disney animals animated. I like what Disney, when the humans are animated a certain way, from Snow White to Cinderella. They're cutesy. They have that baby doll face look with the big bulging eyes. But humans, the proportion of humans, they animate humans different. But that's animation. Animation is called squash and stretch.
Yeah.
But with animals, you can animate animals 1,000 times better and still retain its look. And I think Lady and the Tramp is by far. I could watch it and you're just like, it's a beautiful story. Lady and the Tramp by far.
I agree.
Hi, Only Passengers. Jeff, thank you for joining.
Hi.
Really good to have you here. Yeah, Only
PTV and
Passengers.
PTV too.
We, we love his question of the day. Just love it.
That's
great.
cute.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also like it because that tells to that there's not a lot of humans in it. It's basically just animals.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
It's a fun one.
Yeah.
I really do like the Lady and the Tramp is really good.
Right.
Really good movie. Okay, so Ben, what's the next one on your list?
Number 4 on my list is Lilo and Stitch.
I knew it.
That one will be
I informed myself thusly.
Ben. What do you like about that movie?
It's hard to say. The pacing of the story is really great. It takes 10 minutes for us to learn anything about the fact that the film is done in Hawaii. They set up everything in outer space before they even get to Hawaii. And the first scene that you see of Lilo swimming through the water with the peanut butter sandwich in her mouth, I love that sequence of her in the ocean.
Yeah.
It was,
But the story itself of Stitch being lost because he doesn't know who his family is, it strikes at home sometimes, because you can be in the middle of any type of situation. You could be in the middle of a new job. You could be moving somewhere. You could be at a new school. And you have that sense of, oh my gosh, I'm all alone. And the fact that other people can gravitate towards you and create a family no matter where you are.
Ohana means family, and gets left behind or forgotten.
Yeah. And you have your blood family. That's, that nucleus is kind of like you're kind of given to that you have no choice.
Yeah.
You also have your chosen family, and everybody has a chosen family. You will have, I have a chosen family that I considered my family. And that's what's really important, that no matter where you go, you're always going to have certain types of families. Call it a village, call it your squad, call it whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
But you will always have it, and that's what's really important.
Yeah. Yep. We're all Ohana here.
Absolutely.
And it can be virtual.
We love our village. It's our Ohana.
Okay. Number 3 on my list is Beauty and the Beast.
Well, before you hit that one, I like Stacey Rogers. She says, you had a 1999 blue Mazda 626. She named it Stitch.
That's cute.
Mazda 626.
Yeah. So, okay. On my list.
Well, his thirst.
I know, but we each got to do one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You did yours. You did yours. We just did number 4.
Yeah, Corey says that he voiced the original Stitch, and he's still waiting for a Disney Legends Award.
Okay, now is that really Corey voicing, doing his chatting, or is Shep ghosting him?
I don't know. I don't trust those two. I don't trust them.
Oh, I don't know. I do.
Oh, I think they're up to date.
I love Corey and Shep. They're awesome.
Really?
They're awesome. Yes, absolutely.
Wink, wink, wink. But yeah, number 3s. Who started first?
Let's see. Well, I have Peter Pan on my list.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's a sense of never growing up that appeals to me, because I mean, come on, I'm wearing a Mickey Mouse shirt.
I don't want to. I'm not going to get old.
By the way, quickly becoming one of my favorite shirts. I got it at Target near Disneyland.
Yeah, Harbor Boulevard, Target, the best place to buy Disney swag.
Did you get that recently?
Yeah, I got it down Los Angeles. It was when we were in Southern California, $8.
Oh wow!
Fuzzy one that I was wearing on Saturday, the one with the crushed velvet, that was also from Target.
Yeah. Okay, I was wondering where you'd gotten that, because it's a cute shirt.
Yeah, no, I was like, come on, Target all the way, people. Target, Trader Joe's.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, this and that plus Corey equals Brohana.
Brohana.
Meg says that. Mickey's veg.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So anyway, Peter Pan. I really like the story. I like how it develops. I like the fact that Wendy, Michael, and John's parents, that is their father, is kind of mimics Captain Hook. It's just that feeling, but as though a whole film. I know it's from the 50s. I love the animation style. I love the attraction at Disneyland. I'm just fantastic. Peter Pan's Flight, but the great characters that came from that movie as well. You've got Captain Hook, Peter Pan, Tinkerbell. I mean, Tinkerbell is like a symbol of the company now, just like Mickey.
Oh, you're right. Actually, the second one that is the Disney corporate entity of a character would be Tinkerbell.
She flies over Sleeping Beauty Castle every night at Disneyland.
It's pretty much, it's Mickey and Tinkerbell are the corporate identity.
Back and forth, right over the castle. It's great.
Yeah, I have to say. So Peter Pan, okay, number 3, Benjamin.
Hey, Noah, thank you for joining. Good to have you here.
For me, number 3 was Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
To me, it's about as close to a perfect Disney musical film as you can get. It has a great story. The songs move the plot along in a way that they had never, ever really moved them before. It's almost like the show, the movie was written to be a Broadway show, which is why Disney chose that film to be the first of its launch into Broadway. It's just a great story and very well told by the Disney team.
I'll be honest with you. I remember seeing the trade magazines at that time, like the Hollywood Reporter. They were talking about variety films that were upcoming from Disney. And I saw Beauty and the Beast listed. This was probably in like 1989, 1990. And I kind of cringed. I saw that title and thought, Beauty and the Beast? why that story? There's nothing to it. There's nothing to that story. But wouldn't you know it? Linda Wolverton wrote a fantastic script to go for that movie. The characters that they developed for it, all the enchanted fixtures in the house. It's fantastic.
They were just experimenting with a lot of computer generated, because the ballroom scene could not have ever been made the way it was if they didn't start using this special software that was specifically created, and they were testing it, and they were not planning on doing it. The ballroom scene made the movie.
It's beautiful.
And when it came down through and the camera went right through the chandelier, there's a whole book just on that one scene. And I watched all the documentaries about it. But there's special software, and it was supposed to be a mess.
Look at this.
It's supposed to be amazing. It was amazing.
My favorite Disney film, LSU Mom. Yeah,
Yes.
it's a great film. And then here's Juan heading to the parks for Halloween time.
Right now?
Right now,
I gotta
Juan.
text you.
Oh.
Fine, leave me alone. Fine.
Oh
Leave
my gosh,
me here.
I cannot wait to get there. Oh yeah, you know what? Matt was just there. Matt had a great time. He got back to Florida yesterday. So, man, great. Oh, wonderful. So yeah, Beauty and the Beast is actually on my list. That was number 3 on my list as well.
Yours was Beauty and the Beast, Benjamin?
Yes, that was number 3 for me.
I love Beauty and the Beast. Not just the story of Beauty and of Belle and Beast, but the backstories as well with Gaston and LeFou. I mean, that is a great little story that they've got there.
Yeah.
And then they expanded on that also with the live action film.
Yeah.
But of course, that went a completely different way that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
But the animated film, oh my gosh, how wonderful. Just really cool. And I love the whole thing about all of the all the enchanted products, everything in the house, everything, all attacking the people as they're trying to break into the castle.
Yeah.
I think one of the best scenes in the movie.
Oh, that's a brilliant movie. I mean, it should have won an Academy Award, and it almost did. I guess the numbers were pretty high.
Hey, it's the first animated film to ever have been nominated for Best Picture. Not animated picture, but Best Picture.
For Best Picture.
Best Picture.
And that is the reason why we have the section of animated feature was because of Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
It took them 3 or 4 years after that they petitioned it. Disney said, okay, if I got for Best Picture, and look at Snow White and look at all the other ones, that's what is huge.
I'm with Shep. I'm missing Disneyland.
I am too. How old was Mrs. Potts to have a son that young?
Gregory, good question. For that one, we would need to go to Watso Videos and find out.
That's a good point. I wonder if he's ever done a video on that.
I bet he has.
See Watso did thing about Lilo and Stitch just this past week?
Oh.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah.
You'll like it. Okay,
my number 3.
Your number 3.
My number 3 is The Jungle Book.
Oh, okay.
I love the music. I love the animation style. I think it's hysterical, and I love the music.
Okay.
And the last one that Walt completed, but not cleaned up. But he saw it to its basic completion, and then he passed, and then the movie immediately came out. So it's the last Walt Disney movie. Because of that, I love it, but because it's just, I love the movie. It was my first Disney-owned movie that I ever purchased, like on VHS, was The Jungle Book. I made a big deal out of buying it. It was in the early 90s. Oh my God. No,
Yeah.
late 80s.
My first VHS purchase was Pinocchio. It's not on my list. It's an excellent film, but it's on my top 5 list.
Mine was Jungle Book. I loved it. Wow.
Okay. What's number 2? Are we on to number 2, or do you have a number 3, Arnie?
Actually, I've already hit Peter Pan, 101 Dalmatians, Beauty and the Beast. Number 2 for me is Sleeping Beauty.
That's my number 2.
Yeah. Can you imagine that? Okay.
And I know you guys are going to say the same thing because I said I was going to read it his.
One thing that really impressed me about this film, Walt felt so strongly about constantly advancing technology that they were halfway through production of Sleeping Beauty and they scrapped it and they started again so that they could take advantage of the widescreen technology that was popular, that had really started in the 50s.
Yeah.
To engage people back into the theater, to get them away from television so that they would go and experience a huge spectacle in a movie theater.
Sleeping Beauty is one of those movies that I do not own digitally, and it's going to be released digitally in about 2 weeks.
Oh, it is.
Do we have?
Yes.
No, we do not.
Okay,
We
we're
do
gonna
not
need
have a
that.
digital copy.
It'll be released digitally in 2 weeks, and I think it's going to be 2 weeks after that it hits Blu-ray again for retail.
Oh my goodness!
I don't know how many we see
Wow.
right here.
Well, the other one that hits digitally is 101 Dalmatians.
Oh,
The same day. They're releasing both.
oh my goodness!
And I think a lot of that has to do with trying to get as many sales from people before Disney Plus comes out.
That's possible. I'll buy that.
Yeah, because pretty much buying content is going to go away by the start of next year.
I
Decade of
would
2020 will be the decade of nobody's buying anything.
Yeah, you see-
Everybody's going to be streaming.
Mickey Sighting says it here. Always cutting edge. Walt was always right there, cutting edge. He was always pushing and advancing and making his people work harder and harder, saying it can be better. You can do better.
The Matterhorn at Disneyland is a really good example of that. Is that they developed a steel coaster.
Before steel coasters were created.
That was the first.
Yeah.
Space
Nuclear
Mountain.
coaster.
Space Mountain was created with Walt Disney years before, almost 15 or 20 years.
It was imagined way before the technology allowed them to build it.
They couldn't do it. We didn't have the technology. So he had stuff that he did, or they had to create it on the fly.
Yep.
And it was special stuff. And I like that some things, I mean, Disney is now playing super safe because they're a huge corporation.
So fortunately, they had those companies that they could work with, like Zamperla, that would develop these attractions with them.
Yeah.
To put in the different parks. So that's really good that they've had that. And I think
I will still buy two. Yes.
I think it was Aero.
I will too.
Is it Aerodynamics that built the Matterhorn that developed?
I don't recall.
Okay, I'll have to research that and find out because there is one roller coaster company out there. I think it's Aero, but I'll double check that fact. Okay, so Sleeping Beauty.
It was a whole different animation style.
It was a different animation style. It looked different. It felt different. The music is what captured me in it. I mean, wow. The music was just fantastic. I just loved it. The fact that they used an existing ballet and adapted that music for their own score for the movie, I loved that. They had not done that yet for one of their animated features. And this was the first time they adapted a score for their movie, and I loved it.
Aero development for the Matterhorn.
Okay, it was Aero. Okay, good.
Yeah, that's a whole different story thing of
Evan Earl and his artistic style for the whole film just created a look and feel, the vibrant colors. It's just a visually stunning film.
They had a big thing at the Walt Disney Family Museum just on that artist who did Sleeping Beauty a year or two ago, and we wanted to do it, but it was a fleeting 6 months, and either something happened in that time we never got to make it, but they had great swag, but they had the whole back building was nothing on the artist you just said who created the style.
Evan Earl.
Yeah,
he had it, and they had a big thing about Sleeping Beauty. I think it was the 60th anniversary of it.
Yeah.
It was 2018.
Yeah.
17? 2000, it was 1957 or 50?
It's not that far back.
Yeah, it was, they did it, but that was great. So you guys are all did your number fours?
Yeah, but that was
Number two.
on our list. For you, number 2.
Mulan.
Oh,
Want me to get
that
the
makes sense. You have a connection to that film.
Yeah, do you want me to get the book?
No, you've shown it before.
If I showed the book quite
He
a
has
few
his
times.
gloves ready to use at any moment, but
Yeah.
we don't need to pull out
The trusty gloves are here. I have to have them with me around me at all times because you don't know when you need gloves. It's because of the Mulan event, and I just thought it was a beautiful.
Okay, we're having people saying yes, get the book. Yes, get the book.
Get the book.
They're saying get the book.
Oh gosh.
Okay, show and tell. Doug's gloves.
Beep, beep, beep. Here, give me my gloves.
Yep, Doug's gloves.
And it's in the Mickey room.
I'll go give him the gloves.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so they're leaving me to entertain. What does everyone? I don't juggle. I'm not going to sing anything because of copyrights.
Oh no, we sang earlier, but of course it was a kind of an impromptu Barbie's World song.
Yeah, parody.
That was wonderful, Meg. Thank you so much. So much.
So 21 years ago, practically about this time, it was the weekend after Labor Day weekend of 1998, Walt Disney World at the Disney Institute did an event, a special event called like the Art of Mulan. And it was a 3-day spectacle, or I think it was 4 days. And we stayed at the Disney Institute and we got to sit with the animators. We got to hear the animators, the voice actors, and we got to draw. And it was all about Mulan, because the reason why they did it in Florida, because it was the first animated movie that was created at MGM Studios. That Burbank said, guess what? Here, you guys can animate Mulan. So, and then the one they did after that, they did completely is Lilo and Stitch. So that's a very much a Florida movie. So Mulan was done in Florida at Walt Disney World at the MGM Studios at the animation system. But what makes it so special, you want to make me bigger?
Oh yeah, I'll do that.
Is Jeff Curdy had the Art of Mulan, and it's a beautiful hardback book. It's one of those really big, huge coffee table books. But it's also my yearbook to the event. I have it opened, and it has all these notes here, which I'm going to be going down. But if you look at it here, beep, beep, I had all the animators and artists who worked on it and voice actors who did.
Look, it's Doug.
And these all are the ones that he sketched inside the book. So we walked around, and it was kind of like how you do at your book at the end of the year. And all of them did.
Who was it that said they were a distant cousin of Mushu?
Yeah. So Jeff Curdy, Mickey.
Doug, I'm a distant cousin of Mushu. Definitely
the Dragon. Barry was Cricky. So you see Tom Moore. All these are huge, huge artists and animators.
Oh, my brother.
Yes. And then I have, it goes throughout the book. There's other signatures of it, of artists that did it. And I also have my picture taken with June Foyer, who was Grandma Fa, and also Rocky Bullwinkle. So this is my pride and joy.
Stacy says that book is $150 on eBay, and I bet that's unsigned too.
Oh well, yeah, it doesn't have any of the artists who did this. Came from the event.
Good night, Zip.
Good night, Zip. Thanks for being here.
But so this little darling is my pride and joy. I need a laugh, or I just need to remember. I have all the pictures from the event. I really should do a video. But this is my Mulan event of Walt Disney World of 21 years ago.
But you see,
and that was the first time I've ever been to Walt Disney World.
In this case, Meg says, "Holy cow, white gloves are justified."
So yeah, that's what started it in my crystal. So this movie means a lot, because I thought I was never going to ever get to Walt Disney World.
Oh my God!
It happened. I just said I have to do it, and that was my first time I ever experienced Walt Disney World. Was September of 1998, 21 years ago, and I've been there 5 times, and I want to go back and to meet all you people. But it means a lot. So Mulan is my second baby, my second favorite. So I'm sharing that again because that is one of my most important things. So
okay.
Yeah. Okay. So
what are our number 1 films? I don't know what Doug's is, but Arnie, what's your number 1 film?
Why don't we start with you?
Okay, Lion King.
Yeah.
Just a lot of things. Brilliant movie, brilliant music, art style.
And 25 years later, it's still your favorite.
Oh, it is. There's really nothing that I can say comes almost close. Mulan, I thought came close. But I don't know. It hit me at a time in my life. I was a different, you were just different, and I experienced a lot. So movies have an emotional attachment with certain circumstances through age and what you do. And I'm a Lion King. I have everything. I saw Lion King. I could do a Lion King tree.
Yeah. See, Mike Whaler says, I would be afraid to even open the book and crease any of the pages. It is a very delicate book, Mike.
And I have the notes here that talk about inside of it has a list of on what page who did what and who signed and who was the voice to stuff. So Barry Temple, the head supervising animator Cricky on page 147. June Foyer, Dominic Carroll.
June Foray. I loved
Barry
June Foray.
Cook was on page 30. He was the director. And visual development on page 429. So these are all signatures, and they have all sketches on each one of those pages that correspond to the movie.
June Foray, wonderful voice of Grandma Fa.
So
yeah, the person doesn't know what they have. Their book they listed for $100, and they have signatures, and that person does not know what they have. Stacy,
oh, it's priceless.
So right, Stacy.
I don't care how much my stuff is. It doesn't matter.
Good night, Gregory.
Good night, guys. Think of ships on the water.
Okay.
Ben, you're number one.
My number one film is Cinderella.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was the first film to come out after the doldrums of the World War II era. They went back to classic storytelling with that film. And to me, it was refreshing to have a woman who was singing, who sounded like a woman singing, not like a parody of a woman like they got in Snow White. I don't really understand the appeal of the characterization and the voicing of Snow White, but I wasn't there to produce the film in the mid-30s. So that wouldn't have been, I would not have gone with that actress.
It was the vocal style at the time in the 30s.
Yeah. But I will say this. Cinderella, beautiful film. Just a beautiful film. Great storytelling. A mother, a stepmother who you truly learn to hate as the story goes along, because the longer the story goes along, she becomes more and more evil and more reprehensible. And you just want to you want to reach through the film and just slap her.
She was a true villain without being a villain.
Yeah, she really is, because she thinks she's doing the best for her two own daughters. And yet, look what she does for the most beautiful woman in the kingdom. She's jealous.
Yeah. Going back to Stacy, that's true. I do check. I on quite a few things just out of curiosity, just want to know. But sometimes I need to know because I hear a lot of stories. Oh, do you know this? Do you know that? But yeah, I'm curious of the Valley just because. But because it just helps put things in perspective. But things can have absolutely no value, but it means the most to you because of a lot of different things. So
okay. Yeah. Now, my list was not in any specific order, but this is the last one I wanted to share. And this particular film, I am sure, is not on anyone's radar as one of the best films. But for me, I just love the story and one aspect of the film specifically. And that movie is The Sword and the Stone.
Yep, Sword and the Stone.
I almost had one on my list.
I love the interaction that Arthur has with Merlin. And what's the owl's name? I can't remember the owl's name.
Archimedes.
Archimedes. That's it. Archimedes. Their interaction they have with each other. It's a great little arc of three people that are there, and how Arthur's family always calls him Wart. They think that he's completely worthless, and yet he ends up being King of England because he pulls the sword from the stone. But for me, and I think a lot of Disney artists felt the same way, one of the best animation sequences of all time in Disney history is the Wizard's Duel in that movie between Merlin and Mad Madam Mim.
I love that scene.
And how it ends
with a great scene.
Not disappearing completely, but becoming a germ for Mim. Says, I'm such and such, and you caught me.
Oh my!
Oh, Donna, good night.
Also, we have a good.
I'm fading fast. Time for me to call her back.
Donna, good night,
Good night, Donna.
Good night, Donna. Good night, Donna. Yeah, thank you for staying up. I know we would love to get early, but we have wonderful Megan on here, and we have such a great Monday night. But we also
Monday night's fun now.
Yeah, we were in our cruise, And on the cruise ship, they have a channel that just plays Disney movie after Disney movie after Disney movie, uninterrupted.
Yeah, that's what it was like
All,
when we
so
went.
we turned on the channel. I couldn't sleep.
I understand now it's more like Netflix. You can just pick what you want to watch and you can watch it.
This
Sounds about right.
This reeled, and we were laying there, and I was like, I never got to see it from. I've seen, sort of the Stone chunks of it, but it was that night. We were in our stateroom, and I forgot about that scene. We watched that, and I looked at him and said, "This movie is perfection. It's so good. It's a quiet sleep. It is so good in every way. Story, animation, music, every way, and the pace of it. I'm like, I missed something. I can watch
Sword in the Stone.
Yes.
Yeah.
I fell in love with
It's
it.
a good film, and it's one of those sleeper Disney films that no one really remembers.
No.
And the only reference to it in the park is the Sword in the Stone.
Right there in front of the
there.
carousel.
Mhm.
Where's the carousel at that?
You appreciate also when you get older, or you just appreciate things and you just really pay attention to more. And it was that time, that moment I had was at peace.
Oh, look.
And I'm watching that movie and I'm like, this is like the best movie ever.
Captain Background, I did not see you join the chat. Thank you for being here.
Oh,
Appreciate it.
Cool. So back of them and all, my number 1 was Lion King. Number 2 was Mulan. Number 3 was Jungle Book. Number 4 was Lady and the Tramp. And number 5 was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And I did talk about that, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
And that's because if it wasn't for Snow White, we wouldn't have.
Yeah. And my list was Peter Pan, 101 Dalmatians, Beauty and the Beast, Sword in the Stone, and Sleeping Beauty.
Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, Beauty and the Beast, Lilo and Stitch, 101 Dalmatians. I do have an honorable mention,
Okay.
and that is The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Okay.
The score from that film is just one of the most underrated scores ever written. It just soars. It's such a beautiful piece of work from Alan Menken.
Ivy Winter or Christine would absolutely agree with you. She loves
Yeah. Oh yeah. We've texted. We have tweeted each other about that, and it's just a stunning film.
Yeah. It really is.
Didn't think of an honorable mention. There's some other one. I mean, Disney just has great movies. I'm sorry.
Steve agrees. Steve says that it's in his top 3 films.
Oh, it's
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, Hunchback. It's a beautiful film.
Yeah.
The art is just stunning. I remember seeing the movie, and then I went to Paris and I saw Notre Dame, and I looked at it right down to the black and white check floor in the cathedral. Disney got the art right.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Just a beautiful film.
Well, my honorable mention that's also a sleeper is I think Princess and the Frog is a brilliant movie.
It is, and the Shadow Man is just
It's brilliant.
Scary.
And
he is downright creepy.
that's it. That's the last one.
Yeah.
Traditional hand-on. So I'm kind of done there. I love the new stuff. I think
actually more recent than The Princess and the Frog was Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right.
They
That's
did
right.
do that.
Oh, Mike Wheeler says, just think they're going to be bringing back The Sword in the Stone in the new Disneyland parade. Cool.
They are. That's amazing.
Part of that, I didn't get the list. There's so much happening from August.
Yeah, there was
22nd to
so much happening in the last couple of
today.
weeks.
But I think Princess. I mean, I love, they're
he misses the old Festival Fool show at the studios. They had
was a very good
actually. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is built on the old location, which was called the Festival Arena. It was named after the Festival of Fools. It was built
at Disneyland.
At Disneyland.
I mean, I like Wreck-It Ralph. I like Big Hero 6. I like the computer. Don't get me wrong, but I kind of stop it there at Princess the Frog, Winnie the Pooh. I'm a traditional hand-drawn. I'm an artist myself. I love that.
Now, are there any particular films that you're not a fan of?
We're just going to give them in big chunks.
Just real quick, a quick list on that, Ben.
The Black Cauldron.
Yeah, that's on my list.
That's on my
Black Cauldron's on my list.
And Home on the Range.
It's a mess. Both films are on my list. Black Cauldron, they didn't know how to do the story. It was a mess. The animation was very dark.
But isn't that movie fitting for the time of the situation of the Walt Disney Company?
Yeah, it fits the mood of the studio at that time.
That movie and the company and everything in general worked perfectly. The movie was the company, everything was.
Yeah.
It was that time. The early '80s was horrible, absolutely horrible for the Disney.
Yeah.
Oh, very.
I almost put Fox and the Hound on that list too because I'm not a fan of that movie.
I like it.
But you were a kid when it came out.
I have a friend named Todd because of that movie.
Yeah,
Todd sometimes is in our stream, Todd Hall. And you'll see him occasionally pop into one of the streams here while we're doing our live shows. Todd is named after Todd the Fox.
We both agreed. All three of us did Black Cauldron. We both did Home on the Range. I think we all said Chicken Little.
Doug and I both listed Chicken Little. We're not fans.
I almost put Chicken Little on the list as well.
Wasn't a big fan. And then to also summarize it is the compilations. I know they did it because of World War II. It was horrible. Like Fun Fancy Free, Melody Time, Free Caballeros.
Saludos Amigos is
30 Saludos Amigos.
Barely an animated.
I understand they needed to keep a roof over their heads and the lights on in the building.
Yeah.
But those films, they didn't have one cohesive story from beginning to end.
No.
That's what I missed during the 40s with those compilation films.
That was the loss.
I will say this though, and that is The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad was an entertaining film.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes, it was.
That's my favorite.
It came out of all of them during that period. That's my favorite.
Yeah,
I would like to see that.
Although the scenes with Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy, not so much.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Blue Nose 352. Dumbo is my favorite. My niece cannot watch Dumbo.
She has a child
She
mother
has a
hormonal thing.
She has a motherly thing, and every time Dumbo is torn from his mother, she just weeps uncontrollably.
Oh yeah.
I know about uncontrollably weeping.
Yeah, but of course she's gotten that way with Hallmark commercials too.
I was with Budweiser commercials.
Yeah. I was named after Raggedy Ann and Andy. LOL, I'm Andy. I was just
That's cool.
Doug.
That is cool.
I was the name that was a strong second. If you want to hear a little backstory of my life, I was told as I got older, the other name that they were toying around that was a close. I mean, Doug ended up winning. That was my mom actually strongly did it. But the second one that I was going to be named was Dwight.
Oh, Dwight Schrute?
As in Dwight Schrute. But not because of Dwight Schrute. That movie came out.
That show was later.
It was like 30 years, but no, Dwight was one of the names they were like really strongly. And I'm like, oh.
Now, Stacy asked a very valid question.
Okay.
Says, now, the movies on your list of least favorites, do you still own them because they are Disney? Let me show you.
Oh. The Pope is Catholic. Yeah, right. The Pope is Catholic, not Catholic.
Stacy,
right back here.
One thing you have to understand is that when you are a collector in this family,
you choke it down. You get it all.
Regardless of whether the quality of everything is there or not, it's still part of the collection, which means, yes, Arnie owns every single Disney animated film.
Either on Blu-ray or DVD. And then if you want to go Lion King, I'm going to show you my Lion King question. Lion King? I have... Yeah, you really just... Seriously.
I really don't know why I asked that question.
Oh, my goodness.
Thank you, Stacy. You're wonderful.
I'm going to put together my Lion King compilation. When I mean my Lion King, from every copy of Lion King, every conceivable copy of Lion King I have, from Laserdisc to every Blu-ray to every DVD to every VHS, I have a copy every single time the Lion King came out.
Okay, now here's Pam's fam has just listed her top 5 films.
Oh yeah,
Pam,
throw them along, you guys, real quick.
No, not real quick. What I'd like you to do is go to Twitter or Instagram and tag it. Hashtag PTV questions. What is your favorite animated film and why?
A one of each?
Yeah, just your favorite Disney animated. Now, Pixar is part of Disney, but please, no Pixar this time. We'll discuss Pixar at another time. But in this case, just list your Disney animated film. Go to Twitter or Instagram and tag it on your account. Hashtag PTV questions.
And we want the story why. Was it because you dealt with a situation? You saw it with somebody? Was it a monumental experience in your life? Why is that movie bring you to that number one. If you said, what's your best Disney movie, and you just say it, why? I want a story. I want a long story. We went to the movie, we went to the Olive Garden afterwards, and we had this, and I have these memories, or I saw it with my mom, and then she passed away. Why is it your favorite Disney movie?
Mickey Sighting says, I'm with you, but only swap 1 and 2. Princess and the Frog, number 1. Little Mermaid, number 2. Wow.
Yeah, I find it amazing, though, that a lot of people gravitate towards some of the later, more recent releases for their favorites as opposed to some of the more classic films. 3 of the top 5 of my films were classic films that were done while Walt Disney was still alive.
4 of mine are on that list.
I don't know if it's because I've just lived with those films for much longer and because I appreciate them, or just because they're classics that were developed under Walt Disney's guidance or whatever. But that's what I chose.
Yeah. I understand.
I have.
Okay. Steve's World says his favorite film is Big Hero 6. You
But
know
why?
I gotta
It's a
tell
great
you,
film.
I love the movie. I love it.
I love
Baymax.
I love the fact that we live near San Francisco.
Yeah, we are San Francisco. Yeah.
You know, we should try and look at that film and see
That would
different
be great.
areas of San Francisco that are represented in the film and see what we can do with a video with that.
Okay,
That's a good idea. Ben, that's
Steve-
the quest for you. We need to do that. It's very good.
Steve, here's something also.
We are in.
When you come out to the Bay Area and you stay in the Mickey room, we're gonna go to San Francisco and we're gonna show you around the different sites that are featured in that film.
Disney's good at doing it besides the Golden Gate Bridge.
Another company
It
that's
made me feel the most of any other. It made me feel the most.
okay.
It gave you
Good-
more feel.
Good reason. Yeah. Very good things.
It made you feel. Like,
Another studio that's very good at mimicking the Bay Area is Pixar. And that's something that we're going to get into in another video at another time. We're going to take you to the different places that Pixar used in their films from the Bay Area.
Can we go to Fenton's? I want a black and tan.
Our world.
I will go anywhere you guys want to take us.
That can be.
It'll be awesome, Steve.
You're gonna be crying, Uncle.
Oh
after
my
you get
gosh,
done.
that would be
Considering that we live in one of the most iconic cities in the country, let alone the world, we really should be doing a lot of content out of San Francisco.
We do.
Yeah.
Our friends from Villa Victoria who live in Flagstaff, they came last August, a year ago, and we wanted to, show them our world, and they knew they were going to be really entertained, and they knew that we knew our stuff, and we were going to show them the world. They had no idea. They kept on saying that you guys exceeded it. We're still haunted by it. You guys were here, there, this, that, here, kind of like what we do with everybody at Disneyland. But we did do it, so we do love showing.
Here's Stacy's thing.
people.
I can answer that now. Mulan is my favorite movie because my nieces and nephews and I used to watch it all the time when they were
Very
little.
true.
We still say the line, "My baby's all grown up," saying China. I love Mushu.
I mean, it's all grown up, but it's Steve China. That was Eddie Murphy, right?
Yes.
Eddie Murphy is I could take him all kind of doses, but he's brilliant. And when he was a creator and he was that, oh my gosh, and his making sure that he was a lizard snake. There's actually a story in the book, and I wish back in 21 years ago I recorded it, but I sat at a dinner with the animator of Mushu, and how they got to do it, and how they got Eddie Murphy. So I remember those vividly. I just wish I could take them out of my brain and download what I did 21 years ago. Remember about 10 years ago, Stacy's going to town.
Stacey, remember about 10 years ago, they released Beauty and the Beast in 3D in the theater. I cried during the opening scene because all I could see was my one niece singing Bonjour.
You have a family member, you watch movies because it's on, and you always have something as a trigger.
It's true.
As a trigger.
Certain things like that just evoke certain memories, and it just gives you a nice warm feeling inside. But
Eddie Murphy was absolutely horrible in the Haunted Mansion.
Steve,
Oh my gosh.
Oh God, it was horrible.
thanks for joining
Good night,
tonight.
Steve.
Night, Steve.
Love
Thanks
you.
for joining.
Great show tonight, Steve.
Yeah. No, he was absolutely wretched in the movie, but so that's why I appreciate Eddie Murphy. I think he's a very, very good actor. have respect for him.
Yeah.
But
Oh, Ben, you're
he's
yawning. You're tired.
Yeah, we're getting into
We should start wrapping things up
tidying
here.
it up. So,
But I think everyone, this was a wonderful thing. Remember, everyone, go to your social media platform. Tell me what movie is your favorite and why, and tag it hashtag PTV questions, and I'll read those on next week's show.
he's very talented. Yes, please. Well, we love to share it because we love stories. We love sharing our stories to everybody. We want you guys to be part of our lives and how we express things. So please, we want you to share so we're not always doing everything. Blue knows during World War II, Disney animated characters were big hits in the Army Air Force. Yes. Many groups added Disney nose art to their aircraft. Donald was huge, and that was pretty big. Why you guys...
That's what Michael said.
Oh, Michael, what are you doing?
Look, is there anybody else that wants some waffles now?
Donkey. That's a great donkey line.
That's a great donkey line, Mike.
I get it why Shrek is good. It was entertaining, but it was gratuitous, but it was for the time. But it was done.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for
again,
spending
thank you.
Yes, thank you for spending this time with us. We really appreciate you spending your Monday night with us. We just love our villagers so much. It has been wonderful. Speaking of emotion, I cried during most of Saving Mr. Banks. Definitely hit an emotional nerve for me.
Absolutely.
I did the same thing.
I can't watch Coco probably for another 5
Oh, Coco. I can't go near Coco. I own it, and I still can't bring myself to watch it.
After what just happened, the movie's getting put away. Coco. So if you guys think about it, don't watch I Cannot Be Around. No Coco. Oh my God, you guys are really going to town.
Yeah.
One bomb group
and Snow White,
Prince Charming.
Seven Dwarfs were added to 9 bombers in one group. Fantastic.
I wish someone had access and actually did a book about how much Disney influenced World War II, and they put the art on it.
I'm sure someone does.
I'm sure
there's got to be a book.
There is the book. Jeff has. I want a copy of it. It's about Disney during World War II. And you see, our little nephew person in San Diego.
Only passengers felt the same way.
Santa Barbara.
Saving Mr. Banks. Yeah, same thing. I'll tell you. Okay, everyone, let's go ahead and wrap up this show. Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Ben, you have an episode of Life with Ben coming up on Thursday.
Yep. Part 17 of me eating at Disneyland.
Part 17.
Oh gosh, I can't believe it.
Part 2.
Yeah, part 2. And I have started working on some vlogs of when we were there at Disneyland a couple weeks ago. I'm going to get to those and post those as quickly as we can.
Okay.
Doug and I are going to probably be experiencing a little more Disney later on this month as well. Yeah. So I want to make sure we get some vlogs out there so everyone can enjoy it. But in the meantime, we'll be back tomorrow with the Daily Dose of Disney at 1:30 Pacific, 4:30 Eastern. Oh yeah, Doug, I understand that all too well. My dad passed last year. Yeah, Stacy, absolutely.
So I have something in this cabinet that I need to look at, and I'm trying to not want.
So everyone, thank you so much for spending your Monday evening with us. Wow, what a Monday lineup this was.
Today was an emotional day.
Steve's World and Mickey's Magic, fantastic. It was great.
Arnie's going to seek out you Mickey sightings.
Yeah, Mickey sightings. I'll be sending you a private message after the stream. So just be looking for that. Anyway, everyone, thank you so much for joining with us. And Ben, do you have anything last minute to say?
Just I'm tired. I want to go to bed.
Okay, that's good enough.
Sounds good to me. Everyone, thank you so much. Have a magical evening.
Love you all.
And have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Good night, everyone.
Everybody.
Bye, guys.